Hello everyone, I'm Rodney Reynolds and welcome to another video. Today's is about permadeath in gaming. Now first I'll refer you to the poll which I created a few days ago on my YouTube channel. You can head on over there. I will provide the link in the YouTube description down below if you want to vote. A few have already voted and I think most people, well, they would rather have an on-off toggle for it, you know, something in-game where you can turn it on if you want to, and you can turn it off when you want to. And I agree with that for the most part. And now let me just go through a little bit more about permadeath in gaming. Now I've been playing a lot of State of Decay 2 and I have a guide up and also a basic run through of the game. I will post those links also in the description down below if you want to check that out. But that game, State of Decay 2, has permadeath. If your character dies, your character is gone for good, and that can impact your entire community. And generally what happens is this: you find a character, right, or you start the game with a character, you like that character, you stick with that character, and you level up that character, and unfortunately, you know, you're pinned down, you're cornered. It happens because I know it's happened in game with me that I've lost a very important character, not meaning to, being prepared for it. It just happens, especially if you're playing it on lethal, and then the character's gone, and that can be detrimental to your community. As a matter of fact, it can be so bad that you'll need to start the entire process over again. And if you're playing this game, State of Decay 2, and maybe you're in 30, 40, 50 days in, game days that is, you could have to start all over again. This might not be a situation that you wanted when you started out and you've been in game with these characters for that long. So just keep that in mind. So those that say permadeath in gaming is awesome probably love games that are a challenge and they want them to be suspenseful. And by the way, if you're like on the fence about permadeath in gaming, why don't you try a game that has it? You might love it. I know for me in State of Decay 2, that is certainly a huge draw because it forces you as the character to be extremely careful, right? Make the right decisions. You have to weigh your options. You have to strategize. And every single encounter, every choice, and every resource management decision is critical. It's adrenaline pumping, to be honest. When you kind of suit up and go out, leave your base, you have to be sure that you have everything needed and a little bit extra, but you can't carry too much because you'll be weighted down, and you can't put too much in your car because you won't be able to fit more stuff in your car, and you need to go out and collect resources. So there's all of that going on as well. It's really edge of the seat kind of stuff. And of course, this is something else I think that permadeath enhances in game. I think it really strengthens the bond to that particular character because you know you could lose that character at any moment. And those characters you try and protect, you try and arm, you try and get as many perks and skills, but in the meantime, being cautious, right? Because the fear of losing this beloved character, whether it be the one that you're playing right now or maybe another one, because each character will have their own appeal. And of course, in State of Decay 2, there's some characters, well, they're pretty bad, but still, you know, you can get skills and you can retrain them to have different skills, and you can customize the characters. And of course, the loss or the possible loss of that character is something that, I don't know, it just puts a different kind of slant altogether on the overall dynamics of the game. At least it does for me. Now, I think that's the appeal for permadeath in gaming, but I can see the other side of it where gamers would get completely frustrated with the whole idea because you're powerless, right? And it would be frustrating to lose a character that you have spent so much time with, leveling the character up, and then the character is gone and gone for good. It's kind of nuts. It's a strange concept, to be honest, in a game, but some games like State of Decay 2, boy, does it ever work really, really well. And I think this permadeath game mechanic adds a lot of depth and tension and emotion to a game, much more than a game without it. So let me know what you think. Anyway, I'm going to end it here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to hit that notification bell. That's very important. Like, share, subscribe, comment, consider becoming a Patreon, and you might also want to pick up, and unfortunately the motherboard tray is not removable t-shirt, and I'll see you in the next one.